Hello everybody and welcome to SnackTube. This next thing that I'm going to review for you today is something that has been requested multiple times by a friend of mine, so I'm finally doing it for you. So Martin baby, this one's for you, my friend. We've got some cup noodle Soba noodles. I don't know exactly which ones he wanted me to review because they do have a lot of different flavours. So I just picked up the one that was on special offer. So this one was £1. So these are Soba wok style noodles. There might be different versions, to be honest. I've never had the Soba noodles before, so I don't know what they're like. I have had cup noodles before, which is just the traditional cup noodles. I tried 3 different flavours on the channel before, so you can go back and find those videos somewhere. And this one is the classic flavour. So let's read a little bit about this and see what's on it. I don't know what classic flavour means. Let's see if it says. Instant wheat noodles with yakisoba seasoning sauce. So the classic is yakisoba. And it, to be fair, it smells good. It smells quite nice. I quite like the smell. It smells quite sweet and quite soy. So I'm not going to go into all the ingredients and things. There's not a lot of point. There's quite a lot of E numbers though. They're wheat thingies, wheat noodles, so they're definitely not gluten free or anything like that. But it's 72.3% noodles, 19.9% of the seasoning sauce, which does have soy in it. And then there's a bit of cabbage, chicken meat pieces. I'm assuming that's what the wee cubes were that were in there. So yeah, it's noodles. Now, the nutritional value on the packet is annoying because it's got it per 100 grams of prepared product. So there's 90 grams in the tub, but when you make it after preparation, it's 180 grams. So basically, kind of double everything on here. That gives you kind of a rough idea. So 219 calories. So this is about 400 calories for this tiny wee pot. 9.7 grams of fat, so it's about 20 grams of fat. 4.5 grams of that saturated. So this thing on its own is about 9 grams of saturated fat. That's almost half for the day. That's awful, and this is tiny as well. You wouldn't think there would be that much fat in what is essentially just sauce, because the noodles shouldn't have fat in them. They're just wheat. Carbs, 26.1 grams. That's about 50 grams of carbs. 4.6 grams of that sugar, so about 9 grams of sugar. Protein, 5.4 grams, so about 10 grams of protein. And then salt, 1.9 grams, so there's about 3.5 grams of salt. So overall, a lot of it's in the red. So these aren't very good for you, so they better taste bloody fantastic. Now, I'm going to slag these off straight off the bat before I even try them, because I'm already unhappy about this. Now, I'm holding up this pot, and I'll be honest, my fingers are on fire. Okay, you pour hot water through it, so it should be hot. That's just the first criticism, and that's not a big one because I was expecting it to be hot anyway, so I'm not going to take that too badly. Now, the way you make this, right, you take the lid off, and then you pour in the water right up to the fill line, leave it, put the lid back on, leave it for 3 minutes, and then you take it to the sink, and you pour all the water out, right? Now that's annoying for multiple different reasons. Now if you buy a pot noodle or just about any other noodly pot thing, you can just pour just enough water in so that it hydrates the noodles and you don't have to actually pour any of the water out, because you can pour in the exact amount of water. So why they make you drain this, don't know. You could just put the right amount of water in. Now, when you drain it, you have to pick the thing up and pour it like that. So you burn your hand, unless you've got a tea towel handy. Of course, that's no use if you're in work or whatever. It also means you have to go find a sink. So if you're in work and all you've got is a kettle, you don't have a sink to pour it down, you're kind of screwed. And then, next criticism is that all of the little bits of cabbage or meat or whatever get stuck in this awkward sort of lid. So you have to kind of scoop all the different bits out to get them back into your pot, or just waste them. So that is another thing that is annoying about these noodles. So far, for the sake of convenience, these aren't that much more convenient than just making noodles in a pan, because you've got to drain the water anyway, and then you've got to scoop all the stuff out the thing. It's a bit annoying. It is a bit annoying. A little bit less cleaning up, I suppose, but then, of course, this is a big plastic pot, and that's a lot of plastic waste. Whereas their other cup noodles come in like a styrofoam cup, which again is bad wastage, but probably not quite as bad as the plastic. And this coloured plastic tends to not be as recyclable. I don't know about this one specifically. It does say pot, lid and cap are recyclable, so I suppose we can't detract from it too much, but the point is we shouldn't be using these plastics at all, even if they are recyclable. We should stop using them. So, lots of negatives so far. It does smell nice though, so I'm hoping it'll taste nice. Right, so that's what it looks like. I mean, I don't know if you can really see, but all the cabbage and stuff is stuck to the side. But it is kind of mixed in there. You've really got to give it a good mix. So I'm looking forward to it. It should hopefully be nice. Right. These are Soba wok style noodles from Cup Noodles. Let's give them the old taste test, shall we? They're the thin style noodles, which I prefer a thicker noodle, but still, as long as they're cooked properly. First thing to point out, I wish I'd brought some juice with me. My iron brew's over there, but I'm not going to go and get it. First thing to point out, they're quite dry. They are quite dry. The sauce comes in like a sachet. So your sauce comes in a wee sachet like that. You empty that in after you've drained the water. The sauce doesn't lubricate the noodles at all. All it does is really add the flavour. So the noodles are really quite dry, which I'm not happy about. As far as flavour goes, you've got that yakisoba flavour for sure. Sort of sweet, sort of soy sauce, hint of garlic. What else is in this? It's supposed to be tomato powder. You can maybe taste the tomatoiness. Molasses, because that is quite thick, that sauce. What other things should I be looking for? That's about it, really. Doesn't actually say that there's garlic in it, but it is kind of garlicky, I suppose. Just a hint. There's not enough of the dried cabbage or anything for the cabbage to really have any impact. There's supposed to be chunks of chicken in there, but I saw it at the beginning, there was only like 5 little cubes of chicken, so I don't know why they even bother. But yeah, I mean, the flavour's not that intense. It's, I wouldn't call it bland, but there's not a lot of flavour to it. So, add that in with the dryness of the noodles. They are quite hard to get down, which is why I prefer a noodle, more of like a noodle soup. Yeah, quite hard to get down because it is very, very dry. I think you need to have a drink with it, to be fair. So add that in with the fact that the flavour, well, the flavour is unique enough because it's yakisoba. It's not your typical super noodle flavours or whatever. So that the flavour is decent. There's just not enough of it. So it's just a bit underwhelming. I mean, it's enough food. Dropped a noodle on the floor. It's enough food that it would fill a gap. But, yeah, quite disappointed in that, to be honest. They're okay, but, I've had better. Definitely had better noodles in cups, for sure. When you look at that picture, right? It's nowhere near that much bits of chicken in there, or cabbage. So, yeah, I've had better noodles. I wouldn't go out of my way to get these again. Maybe you like a dry noodle yourself, I don't know. But for me personally, not great. Not great at all. Quite weird aftertaste as well. Well, anyway, that'll do for today. Thank you very much for watching. Martin, sorry I didn't really like the noodles. I know you really love them. But maybe I just got the wrong ones. Let me know if there's different ones you would think I would like more. I do prefer a sort of soupy noodle, more of a noodly soup than a dry ass noodle like this. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you've tried the soba noodles and which ones you would recommend as opposed to these ones, because like I say, I'm always willing to give someone another chance. You know, at the end of the day, Cup Noodles is a good brand. They have other products that I do enjoy, so I'm not ruling out the soba entirely. We'll see what other flavours they've got, and we'll give some other ones a try. But that'll do for today. Thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, go and view some more videos, go on my TikTok and my Instagram and all that stuff, and I will catch you in the next video. I'll see you then.